Hello, my dear lensmates, and welcome. Go ahead, find a comfy spot, maybe lie back, close your eyes, just let yourself relax. Because today, we're not just hearing a story, we're gonna step right inside of one. There's a reason we're all so captivated by stories about the ultra rich, right? They're everywhere. Hit TV shows, best selling novels. And yeah, the glamour, the power, that's part of it. But what really hooks us is that feeling, that little itch that tells you just beneath all that money, a whole world of secrets is just waiting to explode. So, what is it about these sprawling family sagas that pulls us in so hard? Honestly, it's not really about the private jets or the mansions, is it? It's the drama. It's that promise of getting to watch that perfect, polished world start to crack at the seams. And this is nothing new, right? This fascination goes way back. You think about classic sagas like Steinbeck's East of Eden, they've always dug into those messy family dynamics, inheritance, tough moral choices. But the story we're diving into today, it takes that timeless theme and adds this really cool, modern, fantastical twist. It's like it takes our desire to peek behind the curtain and just kicks it up a notch. Because our story today, well, it does something different. It basically asks us to stop being just a spectator and instead, imagine stepping right into the pages of the book itself. And this is where things get really interesting. Imagine this. What if you went to sleep one night and woke up as a character inside a novel? That's the exact question our story runs with. It drops two best friends right into the middle of a book where they find themselves married to a pair of unbelievably wealthy and very, very powerful twin brothers. Now, for any of you lensmates who might not be familiar with this idea, it actually has a name. It's called book transmigration. It's this awesome genre where a reader literally gets pulled into the world of a story. But here's the kicker. You almost never wake up as the hero. Oh no. Most of the time, you're a side character. And maybe, just maybe, one who's headed for a really bad ending. And yep, that's precisely what happens here. Our two besties, Xiao Lin Shi and Lin Nania, wake up as the wives of these mega-rich brothers. The problem is, in the original book, their parts were, well, simple, tragic, and super short. They were literally written into the story to serve one single disastrous purpose. See, they weren't just minor characters. They were completely disposable. And that brings us to the huge central problem they've got to solve if they have any hope of surviving, what we call the cannon fodder problem. So let's talk about that term, cannon fodder. What is it? Well, in stories like these, they're the characters who exist pretty much only to fail, to get defeated. They're the obstacles the real heroes have to overcome. Their failure is literally hardwired into the plot to make the main characters look better and move the story forward. By their very design, they are supposed to lose. And their pre-written fate? It was brutal. A clear, four-step path straight to ruin. Step 1, they get caught making one big mistake, trying to transfer money. That leads right to step 2. They get thrown out of the family in total disgrace. Step 3, they have to watch as their super powerful husbands completely destroy their original families. And finally, step 4, they just disappear from the story. Their part is over. The end. Okay, so faced with that grim reality, what do you do? Well, our two best friends make a choice. A really bold one. They decide they are not going down without a fight. They're going to flip the script. So let me ask you this, lensmates. Really think about it. If your ending was already written, laid out for you, would you try to change it? If you found yourself cast as a character who was destined to fail, would you just accept that? Or would you fight to write a new ending for yourself? Their rebellion starts with this one powerful shift in their thinking. They realize if the story is designed for them to get thrown out anyway, then their only real power is in controlling how they leave. So, that's the plan. They decide to walk away first, but it's going to be on their own terms. And so, they hatch an escape plan. It's kind of like a heist, you know? But they're not after money or jewels. They're trying to steal back their own lives. They have one crucial rule: do not touch the family money. They know that's the trap that dooms them in the original story. So instead, they have to rely on their own skills. Lin Nania, she starts a career as a voiceover artist, and Shaolin Si, she starts writing a novel, using all her inside knowledge of this world to make it a massive hit. The goal is simple: earn their own freedom before the story's original terrible ending can catch up to them. And this, right here, leads us to the most powerful part of their entire story. Because by refusing to play the game they were supposed to play, they completely redefined what it even means to win. I mean, think about it. In pretty much every story about a wealthy family, what's the prize everyone's fighting for? The inheritance, right? The family fortune, the power. But our two friends, they weren't playing that game. The prize they were after was something completely different. It wasn't the inheritance, it was their independence. It wasn't power and status, it was the strength of their friendship. They wanted the power to write their own story. In the end, their true inheritance wasn't something they were handed. It was something they earned for themselves. They went from being disposable cannon fodder to becoming the heroes of their own lives. And that's because they realized that their freedom, the power to make their own choices, that was the most valuable thing they could ever have. And that's such a powerful thought to end on, isn't it? Because whether we're talking about characters in a book or just us living our day-to-day lives, maybe the greatest wealth you can have is control over your own story. Thank you so much for joining me, Lensmates. Sleep well.